We all know that we need to train to get better, to get those gains that we want. And obviously the training makes us fatigued, makes us tired. There's always gonna be a point where that tiredness stops being beneficial. Guys, today I wanna talk about good fatigue versus bad fatigue, what they are, how we can differentiate the two. And at the end of the video, I wanna give you guys a little secret field test tip that we can do on ourselves that's going to help you guys decide on those days where you have those doubts. Am I too smashed to go out and train? It's going to help you guys decide if we are too in the box to go out and do our training and we need to go back and rest up, or if we can indeed continue with our planned session. Guys, fatigue and endurance sports are brother and sister. Like, it's the most obvious thing, but this is the thing. Gauging that fatigue is by far the most tricky part of the training process. And yeah, as swag as all these new age high-tech devices, I'm talking the Whoops, the Aura Ring, they're fucking awesome, don't get me wrong, but guys, even those things are not able to tell us definitively, are we fucked or are we able to continue with our session today? So guys, I wanna go into it. So starting with good fatigue, guys, the positive one, this is when, yeah, we might feel fatigued, but our body is still responding well. Good example, anyone that has done a stage race, guys, and I'll personally vouch for this 1,000 times. Let's think back to this year's Volta Portugal, which is a race that I did, a 9-day stage race. I remember the last day, the stage 9 was the Queen stage. And oh my God, I woke up that morning feeling so zapped after 8 days of flat out racing, thinking, oh my God, I am so fucked. I don't even know. I better tell my boss that don't count on me today. This is a disaster. What am I gonna do? My boss is gonna want me to be involved in this race and do a good job, and I'm too fucked. Oh no. Turns out, guys, I went on the bike and ended up having by far the best legs of probably the year. Honestly, I who knows why that happened. So what does that tell me? My body was still responding positively. It was still in a good functional state. Guys, the trickiest thing here is that it is extremely common to be in a wildly fatigued state and still be performing excellently in your sport. That's where it's really tricky to differentiate good fatigue versus bad. Think of this. Any of these Grand Tour riders, week 3, they are in a body bag with fatigue, trust me. But how are some of these guys able to do their very best performances on stage 18 or 19 of the Tour de France? That's because their body is still responding well despite that fatigue. So that's where, like I say, it's extremely difficult. And like I say, this is by far the most complicated part of training. So that probably leads into what is bad fatigue. Bad fatigue is straight up when your body does not respond. You go and you try and push on the pedals hard, and it's just not there. This is often accompanied with a majorly low heart rate. You just cannot get your heart rate up. You go out and you're warming up and you're looking down at your heart rate and thinking, Jesus, I'm 15 beats lower than it normally would be at this power. We've all been there, guys. Honestly, no need for a big explanation here. We all know that feeling when the body is just lagging. It's not there. There's nothing you can do. There are times when you do leave the house and you're thinking, ooh, I'm feeling pretty zapped right now, guys. I don't know what's up. And you're thinking, ooh, should I continue? Should I go home? Am I overtraining? Oh my God, am I gonna fuck my training because of this session today? And there's all these doubts and you're swirling with doubts and you don't know what to do. Maybe you're self-coaching and you're thinking, oh, what should I do right now? I have no idea. This is a trick that I use on myself. Here's the thing, guys. Doing a sprint, whether cycling or running, whatever, requires maximum involvement of the central nervous system. So it's a great way to basically do a field test on ourselves to test exactly how zapped we have that central nervous system. And guys, what I like to do, when you leave the house, you're having those doubts, do this test. Bang out a few short, I'm talking 7 to 10 second max out, all out sprint. Give it everything you got. Give them a couple minutes between each sprint. And what you're looking for here is if you're able to match that normal peak power that you normally are able to do, you're probably in a good place, because if you have the central nervous system really zapped out, you're not going to be able to come anywhere close to that maximum sprint power. Another thing that we want to look for here, guys, is how our heart rate is responding. If you bang out that sprint and your heart rate barely goes up. And you're thinking, ooh, and that's accompanied with just bad sensations, bad max sprint power, and just that sour feeling in your legs. Boom, that's when you know you're going home. It's probably not a good idea to try and do that session. Your body is not responding. So knowing that our central nervous system can be under stress because of various off the bike life related things. Guys, it's very normal to be going out on your regular bike ride thinking, ooh, just lagging today. What's up here? And this happens to me all the time. A lot of times when I have those days, I'll go out, I'll do an hour of just mobbing around thinking, what the fuck? Like, why do I feel so shit today? I'll bang out a couple of these short sprints and then boom, the flip switches. I don't know what happens. My central nervous system gets activated a bit and all of a sudden my legs feel great. I'm mobbing, total change, night and day difference change. That definitely can happen and does happen all the time. We've all been there, guys. For whatever reason, mid-ride, we go from horrible legs to really good legs. Why is that? Because our central nervous system got activated. Normally, that's the case. These sprints are a great way to activate or to test how fucked you are. So yeah, guys, I like to do this little field test. I think it's a good way to kind of get a little bit of extra feedback. Maybe help ourselves feel less of a doubt whether we should continue or not. Give it a shot. I think it's a cool little tip. Get a couple of good banger sprints out too. We all love to do that. And anyways, if you guys like the video, as always, really appreciate for watching. Give me a like, give me a subscription. Big thanks to anyone who's watching these videos. Like I say, having a blast making them. If you have any ideas for future things you'd like me to talk about, definitely leave them in the comments below and I'll try and make them. More coming, guys. Thanks for watching. Ciao.